Hey YouTube, it's Malika and I am back with another video. So the last time I brought something to you, I was just reintroducing myself as a life coach. And my previous videos focus on hair love, hair routines, curly hair management, and those types of things, which I think are still really cool and do still apply. So if you are interested in natural hair, curly hair regimens and routine, just watch my previous videos. But as I've promised myself, I'm going to focus on some things that are more authentic to the things that really matter to me. Not saying that hair doesn't matter. I think hair is really important, but I think I have some deeper things that I want to offer out to you, to the world, and so I said I'm going to do that through YouTube. I've challenged myself at this point in my life to really get about the business of being who I am unapologetically, and I am doing that. I'm starting that mission with posting content that I feel is really speaks to who I am and what I have to give to the world. So I am back with another video. If you looked at the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about the law of attraction. I just want to share the foundation of some of the things that I'm going to be talking about in videos that I'll be posting in the future. So let me give you a little bit of background, and then I'll get into today's tip or truth, whatever you want to call it. By the way, this background is my classroom. I told you in my last video I teach high school English. I teach ninth graders. So I'm in my classroom today. So yeah, that's my background, my classroom. I am off right now, so I thought I had a few minutes, so I thought I would go ahead and film a video. Just like one of those things I'm really focused on right now is being a good steward of my time and managing the chunks of time that I'm given. I have so many things going on between being a working professional, being a mom, being a wife, and then trying to figure out where I'm going, what my next steps are professionally, or am I gonna start a business? Am I gonna pursue acting? Like, what am I gonna do? And like I said in my last video, I'm just gonna do everything and see what sticks. So that's just where I am. So while I have these few minutes, I am filming a video. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of background. Probably in 2005, I want to say 2005, I had just had my middle child. He is now 12, and it was a very, 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 very challenging time in my life. I was in a marriage that was struggling. My finances were probably the worst, just really, really bad. My credit was horrible. I was in a confusing place with my relationship with God. I've always known that God was real, that God is real, but I didn't understand why my life was in such disarray. I wasn't happy like with anything that was going on in my life. And I can remember one day just getting on my knees and begging God, like crying out, like literally crying out with my face in the carpet. God, please help me. Please help me. Like, please show me what is real, because I don't know what to do anymore. I was rock bottom probably in every area, every aspect of my life. I was at the rock bottom. So I didn't have anything to do but pray and wait for an answer. And so that's what I did. After prayer, a few days later, I was introduced to a movie called The Secret. And you may have heard of that by now. If you haven't, The Secret, and this is actually, what I want to do is offer you out resources to go along with the things that I want to be discussing in my videos. So one of the resources today is to definitely, if you have never seen the movie The Secret, and I don't have the actual, and I wanted to show it to you. Like, I have the DVD, and I know we don't really watch DVDs anymore. It's in a book format too, so you can go to Amazon or go to Barnes & Noble, go to your local bookstore and buy that book. I just highly suggest to you that you start investing in your self-development. It is probably the single most important thing that you can pour your resources into. Developing yourself, developing your spirit, developing your mind, developing those core belief systems, those core understandings that it's going. You can't do anything else until you train your mind, until you train your spirit. Nothing else is going to work. Nothing else in your life is going to work out until you train your spirit and your mind. That's just what I know. Like I've witnessed it. I have experienced it for myself until I got my mind right. Until my spirit and my mind got together on one accord and I understood what my relationship with God is. After I got those things in order, everything else started to fall into place. The relationship, the money, my health, my body, like everything else started to fall in place. But it started with what was going on in my mind. Okay, so I got a hold of this movie called The Secret. And basically what it explained to me on a very, very, I hate to use that word again, basic level, is that you get what you think about. That sounds simple, right? Or maybe not. You are right now a sum total, a composite of what you think about on a regular basis. So the way I like to explain it to my students, because I try to infuse these kinds of concepts in my class, your consistent habit of thought creates your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. So let me break that down a little bit more, because I've done a lot. Like The Secret was just the beginning. Once I grabbed hold of this, that I can control what happens in my life if I control what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, I knew I was onto something. So what I learned was, and what the movie or the book will explain, and I have some additional resources for you, is that on an energetic level, like the entire universe, everything that you're looking at right now, your body, a pencil, a book, the trees outside, everybody you're looking at, people that walk by, your car, everything, the food you eat, everything at its very, very base level is energy. Everything is energy. You know, I guess they teach this in like high school science, whatever, that everything is energy, but like literally everything is energy. And on an energetic level, like attracts like. So everything is energy, including your thoughts, including your feelings. Those have energetic properties. So your thoughts are creative. Your thoughts are energetic. Your thoughts are attractive. They have the power to attract. So if you think positive things begin to happen in your life. Your thoughts attract what is going on in your life. Your thoughts will attract its likeness. I said your thoughts will attract its likeness. You create your reality by what you're thinking about. So, good or bad, whether you're thinking about what you want or if you're thinking about what you do not want, you are creating, you are attracting you are pre-paving your future experiences through what you're thinking about and what you're feeling. So let me give you an example. If you've ever met like a really positive person who looks at life like the glass is half full and always is smiling and upbeat no matter what happens. Now, I'm not telling you negative things will not happen. I'm not saying that. I mean your general disposition, your general belief system about life will show up in your reality. So those are really positive people that you know that seem to always be in a good mood and kind of just take life at ease and they just kind of go with the flow. Those people seem to just always attract positive experiences into their lives. It does not mean they don't have struggle. That's a whole nother video. You will experience trials and struggles and conflict. That's part of this game that we're playing. That's part of the whole package of coming into this human experience. But the predominant experience that you will have, your circumstances, will have a positive, energetic property to it. Because you get what you expect. If you expect good things to happen, you expect the day to go well, you expect things to work out, that's generally what you get. Same thing as if you're negative. Have you ever met a negative person? Somebody that's always in a bad mood, always complaining, something's always wrong. They don't see the good in anything. Everybody around them is bad. Everything is bad. Then it seems like with those people, and I work with a lot of people like that, by the way. I have worked with a lot of people like that. It seems like every time you turn around, something's wrong. Something happened. There's a calamity. There's a disaster. Something. Because their energy is attracting this into their lives. Period. Period, point blank. So, going back to The Secret. When I saw The Secret and I realized, and when I saw this movie, I knew I was on to something. Like, you know truth when you feel it, when you see it, when you experience. You know that there is some truth. Hold on one second. I told you I'm at school. Excuse the announcement. But you know when something's real because you can feel it. So I just knew that there was something in The Secret that was true. So at the time I was not working. I had just quit my teacher job to start a nonprofit organization for girls. Okay, so I was working my organization. I had no freaking clue what I was doing. Starting up a nonprofit. Like I knew my mission. I knew how to work with girls, but I had no clue how to run a business. None at all. But that's a whole different story. That's a whole nother video. Anyway, those mornings after I would take my children to work, not to work, to school. They didn't go to work. I wish they did, but they did not go to work. When I would drop them off at school, or I would take my newborn to the daycare, I would be home by myself. And I watched The Secret every day, probably for a year. I did two things. I stopped watching mainstream TV. Like I cut off, I did not watch television for 12 straight months. I didn't watch television at all. What I did was committed myself to studying myself. I committed myself to studying myself so I could figure it out. So when I asked God, and I know I might be rambling, but when I asked God to help me and he threw me something, I knew he was listening and I knew he was responding to me. So as I began to pay attention to what he was sending me, because God is always answering your prayers. God is always responding to you. God is always communicating with you. You got to listen. And sometimes you got to put yourself in position so you can hear. So if you're always wrapped up in something, you can't hear like that. You got to get quiet. So I promise God, if you keep on sending me this information, I will shut everything else out. Now I will strictly listen to you. Strictly figure out what's going on inside of me. So I cut all TV off for 12 months and I studied. I watched The Secret every single day for 12 months. And I started going to the bookstore. I was living in that bookstore. I got a book collection I got a library. I mean, a real live library at the house. And I have read those books, real talk. And they have changed my life. Completely changed my life. But I committed to this self-study, my spiritual development, and just figuring this whole thing out. My life began to change. I learned about making affirmations. Okay, so if I get what I think about, I've got to think positive things on purpose. Y'all, that's where vision boarding comes in. Vision boarding is simply focusing on what you want. It is literally giving your subconscious mind the images, because our subconscious mind responds to the images that you feed it. So if you feed it positive images of what you want, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, your subconscious mind will create those experiences that you will actually live out. Your subconscious mind is responding to what you're thinking. Your subconscious mind is responding to what you're feeling. If you're always, that's why, and there's another book called Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a book video. And that's when I learned to work with my emotions. When I learned that the world is responding, my world, because everybody's living their own reality. Woo! There's so much I can tell you. Everybody's living their own reality. We are on this planet together, but believe me, if it's 10 billion people on the planet, I'm just making up a number, I really don't know how many people there are, but if there are 10 billion people on the planet, there are 10 billion different experiences going on. 10 billion different life experiences going on. You're living yours, I'm living mine, your daddy's living his, your husband's living his. Your husband's living his own life experience. Ladies, You can't make him live yours. He can only live his. Y'all can live it together, but you can't make him live yours. A whole nother, that's for another day. But anyway, once I realized that I am in control of this. Now, I'm not in control of every single solitary thing that happens. I am in control of creating an overall experience for myself. I said I'm going to be happy. I said I'm going to be financially fit. I said I'm going to have good relationships. I started to affirm to myself that the world is friendly, that God loves me, that I can be, do, or have anything that I want. I started vision boarding. I started thinking, visualizing. Woo! And vision boarding is a form of visualizing, but literally giving myself time every day, quiet time every day. I'll make a completely different video about visualizing, where I close my eyes and I picture the life that I want. Y'all, this is real stuff. It actually happens. I have vision boards. I can show you vision boards of how I can show you real life evidence of how of what I visioned years ago and how my life started to spin in that direction, and now I'm living it out. I can remember, just so many things, but I can remember on a vision board, I saw some really beautiful flowers in a magazine, so I just used to put anything I wanted to experience or see in real life on my vision board. I remember putting some beautiful flowers on my vision board. This was years ago, probably 10 years ago. And a guy I was dating at the time, one day he came over and he surprised me with these flowers. I mean, they were the exact same flowers that were on my vision board. And I know that's little, but if it works for that little stuff, it works. So I want to share some strategies with you over the course of time. I can't even dare jam pack all this into one video. I want to share some strategies with you over time that you can do to start to turn your life into the direction. You can steer your life into the direction in which you want it to go. You can live a happy life. You can have the experiences that you want. You can have the relationships. You can have the money. You can have the career. You can have what you want. You just have to get over it. Like, stop complaining. Stop reminiscing over what didn't happen. Stop blaming. Get up and get busy creating the life that you want. There's work involved. It doesn't just happen because you want it. You got to put the work into it, but it's not the kind of work you think it is. It is an inside job. You know, they say that once you change on the inside, your outside changes. There's probably nothing more true than that. Once you're inside, once your mind, Joyce Myers wrote a book called Battlefield of the Mind. T.D. Jakes speaks about the battle is in your mind. It's what you're thinking. It's what you believe. If you believe all men are bad and they all cheat and relationships are gonna suck anyway, that's what you bet your, how could you wonder why nothing works out? If that's what you believe, you get what you believe, you get what you expect, period. Period. So as soon as you start believing that the world is friendly, that there are good men out there are good women out there, that I can have good credit, I can have money in my account, I can work a job or have a career that makes me happy, that makes me feel fulfilled, I can have healthy, happy children, I can be successful, life is peaceful. You just have to affirm to yourself. Here's an affirmation I'll share with you before I close this out today. I say this to myself anytime I'm going into a stressful situation, maybe a job interview or a meeting here at work or some kind of confrontation or something that makes me feel a little stressed, I calm myself down and I tell myself I am whole, complete, whole. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I say that those chain of words, I say that over and over and over again. I'm telling you, I'll do another video on affirmations. Affirming to yourself what you want to happen, affirming to yourself What is real for you, I'm telling you, it changes situations. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I'm telling you, you are the captain of your fate. You are the master of your soul. You. Guess what? Guess what? And this might be good news for you. Maybe you already know this information, which is great. So I hope you're living the life that you want. But if you accept this is true, let me tell you one disappointing fact. You're not going to be able to blame anybody else for your life anymore. You're not going to be able to blame your mama and what she didn't do. You're not going to be able to blame your daddy and he wasn't there. You're not going to be able to blame your husband because he get on your nerves. You're not going to be able to blame them children because you had them too early. You're not going to be able to blame anybody anymore about your life. You can only blame you. So if you are ready to take responsibility for yourself, my challenge for this week is to think positive thoughts on purpose. This is what you can do. Get a journal if you don't have one. It's a whole nother video, journaling. Get a journal. Excuse me for this lip situation down here. I'm sorry. I've been teaching all day, talking all day, and my lipstick got ahead of me. Get a journal. And in that journal, I'll share one tip, and then I'll come back with something else later. This is called the Book of Positive Aspects. The Book of Positive Aspects. You are now going to use your journal to take hold of the steering wheel of your life. The Book of Positive Aspects. All you got to do is open up that journal. Get a pen that feels good to you. Get a journal that feels comfortable for you. And you just write down every positive thing that you noticed today. Oh man, the trees are so beautiful. I love how the wind felt on my face as I was walking into the house today. That is a really yummy dinner that my husband made. My children, the smile on their face just made my heart warm. If you write down the positive things, because we spend a lot of time, we get on the phone with our friends and we laugh at or we complain about everything bad that happened. That's what the news is. Every bad thing that happened today. They run it over 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock, over and over. CNN run it all day long. That's what all it is just reminding you of every negative darn gone thing that happened today. You're going to just flip it and look at all of the great things. Notice all of the great things, and you're going to start to turn slowly. This stuff doesn't happen overnight now, so don't give up. Stick with it. You'll slowly start to turn your life in a different direction. But you've got to start to retrain your habit of thought. Retrain your habit of thought. Now, I've been doing this for 12 years now. So, even when I meet new classes, like I met a new class recently, it's the beginning of the school year, they're like, you are one of the most upbeat, positive, happy people, because I bounce around all day. I just know that at the end of the day, life is friendly, God is good, my life is whatever I want it to be. And I'm really positive, and I am confident that I can have whatever I want to have. And I know that whenever I put my mind to something, that thing's going to happen. That's why I don't take on new pursuits lightly. I don't jump into things without thinking it through. Because I know once I connect with that and I start putting my energy into it, it's going to happen. And I just want to make sure the things that I'm drawing into my life are things that I really actually want. Okay, I hope that I said something, because I've been talking for 24 minutes. I'm sorry. But I hope I said something today that that you've connected with, that has awakened something in your soul. I will be back later to talk about something new. Y'all have a great day. And remember, life is friendly and God loves you. See you soon. Bye.